just talking to people about what they believe and why they believe it, and it's kind of an exercise in your epistemology and what you believe and why.
Oh,
yeah, because that can be kind of fun. It helps. It's a little better if I talk to just one of y'all. You're welcome to listen or whatever, but it kind of helps if it's just kind of a one-on-one conversation. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do it?
No, you want to do it?
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
do
do it.
Okay, what's your name?
Shay.
Shay?
Nice
I'm
to
Carl.
see you.
Nice to meet you. Is it okay if I record it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shay? S?
Yes, S-H-A-Y.
S-H-A-E-Y?
A-Y.
It's S-H-A-Y. Okay, cool. Okay, Shay, can we, let's just kind of get maybe over here. I want to get away from the cars and stuff, if that's okay. Helps with the audio. Cool. Okay, Shay, so what happens is, what we do is, you're going to pick the topic that we talk about. This is basically your interview. I'm just kind of guiding it, okay? So, I'd like for you to pick a belief that you may have that perhaps something that affects your behavior on a daily basis. A lot of times, like supernatural beliefs work well. Maybe examples might be something like karma or ghosts or
Yeah, I was
oho
going to say that.
or something like that. You were going to say which?
Karma,
Okay.
probably, yeah.
Okay.
So I believe like whatever I do is going to come back to me, bad or good. It's going
Okay.
to come back to me no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty confident.
Right.
Yeah. So-
either in this world or like maybe I'm like in some other person's body and then
Okay.
it's just going to come back to my soul.
To your soul.
Yeah.
Okay, so you believe that, is a part of this belief dependent upon a soul existing?
Yes.
You have a soul?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So I might want to explore that. Do you think that that's kind of the root of your belief, is that about the soul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
think
want
so.
to pick the one that's like the most significant.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So let's talk about souls a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, first of all, how do you define soul?
So soul, it could be some sort of energy that you have in yourself. Like our bodies are not permanent, so we eventually die. But then our soul would exist in like some other bodies, in some other form, in some other energy.
Okay.
So it's just like, so as Newton says, no energy is being created nor destroyed. It's just transfers into a form to another.
Nice. So we can't lose or gain energy in the world. So your energy.
You can
gets
gain or lose,
I just
but
mean.
it's not going to be created or destroyed. Yeah.
Good, well put. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. On a scale of 0 to 100, Shay, what confidence do you have that souls exist? 100%
Yeah.
confident. Okay, what? So I was going to clarify the scale, but you already
Right.
jumped right to
Yeah.
100. This is totally fine. But I do want to let you know about the scale a little bit, and that is 100 would be, I have all confidence and no doubt that souls exist, and I cannot be wrong about it. Like, it's absolutely a fact. And 0 would be, I have all doubt, no confidence that souls exist. And also, I don't want your number to reflect like a devotion to the idea, right? Like I really want it to be true, but the number reflects whether or not it actually is factually true. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's what number do you give it?
So I'm still going to go with
100.
Yeah.
Okay. So what gets you to the 100% confidence level that souls are real?
Because if they're not real, this whole word, this whole thing would be useless. So there has to be something.
Okay, so there has to be something. Do you have some sort of evidence or something that gets you to 100, or is it just that that's the only way I can imagine the world to be?
Well, I could imagine it to be some other forms,
Okay.
but I mean, they're not as good as this one. So, yeah.
That sounds a little bit to me like you want it to be true because you like the sound of this worldview that souls exist. Is that a part of it?
Probably. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like, if it's not true, like, I'm just living for nothing.
So
Yeah.
it's about why we're living, why you're here, why you're living,
Right.
as to why the souls exist. So just wanting something to be true, does that speak to whether or not it actually is true?
I mean, I don't have that lot of information. Like, I haven't read about it that
Okay.
much to like have evidence for it.
Okay.
But that's how I feel. That's like, this 100% is based on how I feel, not evidence.
So feeling is what gets you to the 100%. That soul,
Right.
I feel like souls exist and that I have a soul. and that if I die, my soul gets transferred or the energy moves to something else.
Right.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
I want to make sure I have your position
Yes.
down correctly. So it's feeling something. Like if I say that I feel like, you know, fairies exist or something like that, would that be good justification for saying that, well, fairies must exist because I feel like they do?
So imagine if souls didn't exist.
Uh-huh.
So if you die, like nothing happens, and then
Uh-huh.
so it's like all gone.
I don't know.
I mean, that's like
I'll
kind of.
be- By the way, I'll be glad. By the way, I'll be
That's-
glad to share anything that you have, questions you have for me at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to get through kind of your thought process first, and you can ask me anything that you
Okay.
want in the end, if that's fair. So please ask away afterwards. But so your argument is then that you just can't imagine it without there being souls.
Yeah, there
Can't
has to
imagine.
be something. Like in this world, there has to be something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. Like I don't think no one does.
So if
But
you
there
don't,
has to be something.
if you don't know, but there has to be something. You feel like it's true. Is that enough to justify a 100% confidence level that it is true?
But I do know that there is something.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what.
Could it be something else?
It could that I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so it's possible that you don't know. It
Right.
could be something else. Is your confidence level 100%?
No.
A justified place to be, or is there some lower number that might be a little more, accurate to reflect?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So maybe a 95. That
Maybe a
5% for something that I don't know.
Okay, so now you're
Right.
saying, well, it's possible there's something I don't know about it.
Right.
But when I can feel, it goes up to 95%.
Right.
So maybe that's a little more honest about it. Cool. All right. All right, Shay. Hey, that was a great talk.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
All right,
so
let
much.
me give you my information real quick, just in case you're interested in seeing it later. But this is that's my YouTube channel. So sometimes I put the interviews up on YouTube. So if that's okay with you. But yeah, check it out, and it'll maybe be up in a couple weeks or something like that if you want to check it out. All right.
Okay,
All right,
great.
cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You bet.
Have a good day.